All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back to yet another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezers show. Thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, please subscribe if you can to our YouTube page. You can check us out on Rumble. You can check us out on all the podcast sites. So give us a view, give us a like, and all that good stuff. I'm your host, Murph. And as always, my co host, he is the Wizard of Thousand Dreams, and I chanced to meet him one night wandering, and that would be Doc Vox. How's it going, Doc?
Nice one. Yeah, going quite well, Murph. Quite well, man. Oh, there's so much to talk about. This is gonna be a good. Sometimes we have shows and you look at the items, like, yeah, it could be interesting. But this, I need to do this show. This show needs to be done. So yes, I'm so ready.
Oh boy, I tell you,
Very cool background too, by the way. Kind of feel like we're floating like in a bloodstream or something, man.
Well, that's what my blood looks like now that they pulled me off my thinners.
Okay.
Everything's out of control, so it's crazy cool. But yeah, a lot of crazy news this week. Gee.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't we roll right into it?
Let's do it, man.
They presented the Grammy nominations. 65th annual Grammy nominations. Yep. And surprise, who's finally pretty prominent, and that would be Ozzy. I go Ozzy Osbourne. How about that?
Yeah, Ozzy got 4 nominations. He's won a couple before. He's had a few nominations over the years, but this might be his most solid from one album. So yeah, he's up for, let's see, what is he up for? Rock Performance and Rock Song with Patient Number 9, and then Metal Performance with Degradation.
Yeah.
With Tony Iommi, and then he's up for Rock Album for the Patient Number 9 album. So, hey, yeah, good for him. Good to see some old school rockers getting a nod, and
Yeah. I noticed they put Ghost in the metal category. And best metal performances, and they're not really a metal band. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that. I can pick out a Ghost song on the radio right away. He's got a real unique way of harmonizing, and it stands out. So he found a niche, and he's got some great songs. So, but they're not really the metal category, but nonetheless, good for them. I think Ozzy's probably gonna. Do you think he's gonna run all 4?
I don't know. I really don't know. I remember back, in my younger days, I used to keep up with the Grammys every year and look forward to it every year. But kind of as time goes by, I kind of veered away from them a little bit. They become less and less relevant, I guess, over the years. But it might be kind of cool this year. Another one you see, there's a band called the Turnstile. They got a song called Blackout, and that's nominated both for metal performance and rock song.
Oh.
So you're kind of crossing kind of genres a little bit there. Just kind of, I don't know. The Grammys have never been known for their knowledge of metal, hard rock, or they've always been kind of lacking in that area. So going back to the Jethro Tull debacle.
Oh yeah, there's the Grammys right there. There's their statue, whatever it is. Yeah. Grammys.
For you youngsters that may not remember, back. Oh gosh, I should know this off the top of my head. I would say 89, could be 88. The Grammys introduced some new categories, and among them was Best Hard Rock Metal Performance. And the favorite was Metallica won.
Of course.
Which is freaking awesome. Man, that was by far the favorite. But no, it was given to Jethro Tull, Crest of a Knave.
Boy, that was a problem. Everybody had a problem with that.
That really just showed how out of touch that they really were, and I don't know. I know over the years they try to do something, but they're kind of like your old uncle that just doesn't know, or old grandpa that just doesn't know. He tries to be hip and tries to keep up with the modern stuff, but just doesn't know.
Yeah.
So,
geez, unbelievable. But yeah. Yeah, when Crest of a Knave. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that showed it to be just a total joke at that point. And from that point on, it's just been a joke. But it is what it is. Musicians all get together, get drunk, and and congratulate each other
Yeah,
and pat
pat
each
each
other
other
on
in the
the
back,
back and
exactly.
stuff, so
Yeah.
that's good. But
Another trend I've noticed too, like some of the categories, it used to be five nominees, and then now it's like 10. And I'm sure that's a marketing ploy, just to, I'm sure people probably buy their way a nomination or something. You know what I
no
mean?
doubt,
Just a marketing
graft.
ploy to be sold to, But yeah, like best new artist, like 10 nominees. I've heard of two of them vaguely, but it's the Grammys, so see what happens. Good luck to Ozzy. And yeah,
No doubt. Yeah. Well, I think he's gonna get at least two out of four. So more power to him.
well, I listened to that Turnstile song.
Yeah.
Wasn't familiar with it, and I saw that was nominated in two different categories. So checked it out, and it saddens me. The state of rock saddens me, man. It, honestly, it sounds like something like if there was like a local band or like your kid's band or something, and they put that out, you'd be like, hang in there, you'll get there one day. Keep trying. And now this is nominated Grammy nominated stuff. So it's just, I don't know.
Oh
No
well.
accounting for taste, I suppose.
Yeah, we won't have to endure it until 2023, and I hope it's on something we've got that I can watch it on instead of putting it on Showtime or HBO. All that
Oh, the
crap. I'd like
Grammys,
to
yeah,
see.
they usually have it on CBS, I think. So yeah,
Oh yes,
Sunday
CBS.
nights, yeah,
All
Sunday
right,
nights on
yeah.
CBS.
Okay, that's good. Okay, well, Doc, I this is disturbing because I know just how much of a Bruce Springsteen fan you've been. There he is, right there, the boss. Well, I'm telling you, man, he's really he turned a corner or something. I don't know what's going on with him, because he's got a R&B covers LP,
Right.
which is fine. That's all great and stuff. The legend, he can do whatever he wants, but we got a real problem here because his he's charging an arm and well, okay, let me explain this. What it is Ticketmaster. They've started something called dynamic pricing,
Right.
where they don't set their price, and everybody works around them. They now see what the scalpers are
Yep.
getting. The online scalpers are charging, and they base their price
Yep.
on that.
Whatever the market will bear. Yep.
And Springsteen, some of his tickets they're going for like $5,000. People are really, really upset. I can't blame them. Sorry, $5,000.
Yeah, we
to see.
talk about this. So gosh, it was a while back, maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks ago now. Maybe I don't know. I can't keep track, but it came up, and we didn't hear anything directly from Bruce at the time. It came out through his manager John Landau, and it was kind of a canned response, kind of yeah, it's not that bad. Several other tickets are going for less, and there's only a few select premium tickets that are going for that much, and all that. And so now you're hearing from Bruce, and yeah, it's quite disturbing, man. Man, I love Bruce Springsteen, man. Let me show you something, man. I have every album he ever put out. I started to pull them out, but I won't. I have every album. I have every box set. I have every DVD. I've been to every tour for 40 years.
Yeah,
I have every CD. I have you name it, Bruce. I've been there for him, but I can't go for this part of the ride with you, Bruce. To
right
to, to
on.
quote you from one of your songs, man. He's kind of got the attitude. Well, not the attitude. It's what he said that for the last 50 years since he's been doing concerts, he's always kind of his approach has been, see what everybody else is doing, and we'll go a little less. We'll undercut it a little bit. And I figured, looking back, that's probably true. That's probably true. I think, from my past experience of getting tickets. And he said, well, at this point, I'm 73. It's like, go get what you can get. If everybody else is doing it, why not? That kind of attitude. And it's very disturbing, man. That has
Can I
not been Bruce. That's not been Bruce's message as an
can I
artist. And
can I
now
cut
it's,
in here? Can
oh
I
yeah, please do before I start going on.
listen? Yeah. You know, we talked about this, I think, last show or the show before, how he sold his catalog for $500 million. He was probably
Yeah,
already worth that, so he's a billionaire.
he's a
So you're
billionaire.
telling me this 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 guy really okay, here's if I was a billionaire and in his situation, you don't need any more money. Period. End
No,
of story.
no.
You don't need to make one dime on this tour. What you need to do is pay the musicians well, and at that point, once all the musician, all the business logistics and crap is taken care of, you lower the price to as little as possible to where you'll just break even. You know, the other musicians will do good, the crew will do good. You don't make one dime because you're a freaking billionaire. For crying
Well,
out loud, that just
his
blows my mind.
his response to that has basically been, well, not directly to that, but it kind of to that kind of questioning is if somebody's going to get $5,000, why shouldn't it be the guy? And his direct quote was, "Why shouldn't it be the guy up on stage sweating for 3 hours?" And my point is, why should anybody be getting $5,000 a ticket? Why should anybody? I get that. It's like if I suppose if I were an artist, no matter what level I was at, and I find out that the promoters or the ticket sellers are getting these exorbitant prices, and I'm getting out of that 5,000, what's he probably getting 100, 150? I don't know, but so in that case, yeah, I guess I would be wanting that cut too. But then why is anybody getting that cut? Nobody should be buying a ticket for 5,000, but it's such a almost
You know,
a status symbol to say I've gone and seen Bruce Springsteen and paid $5,000 for the ticket. And then his direct
ah,
quote now is saying, if anybody coming out the door wants their money back, or what was it? Something I want to get it exact, but get their money back. Something like you want your money back and get your money back. And the thing is, people that can afford $5,000 a ticket, they're not going to say that. They're just there to say that they were there and saw Bruce Springsteen, paid $5,000 ticket, and they can afford it. And they're keeping guys like me out. I've seen them every tour since Born in the USA. I've seen them a dozen tours.
the actual
Well,
quote was, I know it was unpopular with some fans, but if there's any complaints on the way out, you can have your money back. Yeah, Bruce, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
exactly.
He's got the power. He could eliminate the scalpers. I
Yep.
know there's got to be a way to eliminate the
Yep.
scalpers. Period. He's got the power, and he didn't do it. He went for the
Yeah.
money, and he's a
Yeah.
billionaire.
Yep.
You
And,
know,
he's playing that card of like, I'm just going along with what everybody else is doing.
that's
Bruce,
bullshit.
that has not been your message as an
No,
artist,
no.
dude. That
That's
has
for
not been
working
what you
man.
are all about, man.
And yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
seems to,
just oh my god, I'm so
he seems
upset
to
over
forget. He seems to forget it's the working man that made him a billionaire.
this. Yeah,
So he should be bowing down. But no. Hey, you guys, whatever.
I am
The
so
rich
upset
deserve
over
that
this.
too. It reminds me of a story back in the day. We got a disc jockey here, Steve Dahl,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, back in the '70s. A amazingly cool disc jockey named Steve Dahl, and I remember him telling the story of going to a Bruce concert. He was in the front row, and he wasn't getting crazy enough, and Springsteen kicked his ass out of the front row.
I
He
vaguely remember it. Yeah.
yeah. So, but boy, you really blew it, Bruce. You're a billionaire for crying out loud.
Man,
Shame on you.
I'm
We could use the break. We could use low tickets,
yeah.
and he could do it, and he still make money. I bet he could still make money even if he
You know,
went low. I don't know.
There's so many levels to this story that bother me. The fact it's going on bothers me. His attitude about it really bothers me.
Yeah,
And you know what? I've seen him plenty of times. I got great memories. I've seen him at every part of the stadium. I'm good. I don't. I don't think at 73 he's putting on any kind of show any better than anything I've seen before. So I'm good, man.
yeah, I hear you. And also, and now coming up, also, one of his longtime bandmates. That would be the none other than there he is right there, Nils Lofgren.
Yeah.
Boy, what he's in quite a pickle. You want to expound on that?
Well, yeah, Niels is he's been a member of the E Street Band since Born USA days.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Van Zandt stepped out for a while to do a solo thing. They got Nils to replace him, and Stevie decided that wasn't working out and wanted to get back in, and Bruce just kept them both. So, but Nils is an awful. He's done some solo stuff and everything too, but he's also a member of Crazy Horse, Neil Young's backup band.
Uh-huh.
So coming up, both artists are going out on tour or are going to be out playing. So he had to make the decision of who he wanted to play with, and he chose Bruce. He's going out with Bruce. But what I found interesting about this was he had the balls. I can't think of any other way. He had the balls to ask both management teams to set out the schedules. He wanted to set out the tour schedules to work around him.
Wow.
Yeah. And that seemed a little put off that they wouldn't allow him to do that.
That is brass cojones right there, my friend. Brass cojones.
Or just being oblivious to the reality. I don't know, but
yeah, that's so cool. But he said, Lofgren said, can you just let me create the schedules for Bruce and Neil for the next couple of years, please?
Yeah, next couple of years.
And they always tell me to get lost. That's what he did. That's what he said. He added, Springsteen started booking shows and selling tickets for a tour next year, and Neil's albums happened, so all that stuff. But what a great situation to be in, between them two guys. But I imagine Bruce would be the more fun tour. I can't see Neil Young tour being any fun at all.
Yeah, it would be, but I don't know. It's almost if he didn't go out with the East Street Band, I mean, they got it covered. They got Bruce and Stevie. I mean, Neil's a great player, man. Don't get me wrong, man. But he usually has a part of the show where he'll have the spotlight on him for a little bit that I enjoy. But
And apparently, if Neil Young decides to tour, since Lofgren's going with Bruce, his place will probably be taken by Promise of the Real's Micah Nelson, just so you know that. So Neil's got it covered. I don't.
No doubt.
I don't give a crap about it. Neil he seems like such a bitter old man at this point.
Right?
I really don't give two squants about what's
screw
happening
him.
with him.
Screw him. Go play with Springsteen. Who needs you?
Yeah. Okay. So next up in line, Judas Priest just kicked some ass on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Ian Hill, the bass player, who by the way is the only original member left. Ian Hill, the bass player, is
he's the only
original member of Judas Priest. So he's ankling to go on a tour with Iron Maiden. And boy, oh boy, I can't deny that concept at all. Yeah,
I wonder if they kind of saw how Def Leppard and Motley Crue did this summer.
Bingo.
That would be a great double bill.
It's one of those hopes, because those are the kind of guys that they'd show up at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in Tinley Park, Illinois. So we're hoping for that, because we're still hanging at three shows only. We got the Matchbox 20, we got the Foreigner, which I know you're thrilled about, and you got the Shania Twain.
Yeah.
So far
it's got to be better than that.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna do us right. I just know it. I just know it.
This would be an awesome tour, man. They toured together once back in the day. Priest brought Maiden out early on, and before they were, it was on the Number of the Beast tour. Like, can you imagine that?
Oh,
it was the Screaming for Vengeance tour for Priest, and Maiden. It was coming out. It was the first tour with Dickinson, a Number of the Beast tour. God, I wish I saw that.
Screaming for Vengeance. Oh yeah. I saw that tour front row. Back then, it wasn't the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, but still.
My live picture desk from the tour.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and speaking of them, people online been wondering, why did Les Binks get in and not Richie
Faulkner?
Richie Faulkner. And it turns out that Les Binks, damn, I had their first 5 albums out together, bring them out, and I forgot it. but Les Binks played on the Stained Class album, which is considered a classic.
Yeah.
And right there is the reason why Les Binks is included in the bunch. And he played on Unleashed in the East, which is just like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It's
If everybody
definitely,
wants to hear
definitely.
Judas Priest at their absolute
Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
Unleashed in the East live album, check
Especially
that out.
pre-British Steel stuff. That's the one to get for sure.
But yeah, the Unleashed in the East, yeah, his voice was incredible. That's everything about that album is perfect, and but that's the reason because Richie Faulkner come in after all the big hit albums were
Right.
done. Even though he's
Yeah,
been with
it's
them
not
for a long.
and that's been brought up before with other bands, and why did this one get in, not this guy? And Richie Faulkner's been with him for 12 years, and Binks was with him for 2. But yeah, it's if you were the criteria is if you were an iconic or classic album is kind of the criteria. So there you
Right, right,
go.
yeah, and that was an iconic album, and it's a shame, but Richie just some people get in, some people don't, and he probably won't get in because I can't see him having another massive hit,
No,
classic album with
no,
Richie.
no,
But hey,
no,
he's
no.
and doggone it, get together with KK for Christ's sake, stop this bullshit.
Well, that's what
You
it
know,
sounds like. I mean, Ian brought that up. Ian Hill brought that up. We reported on that he had hoped that this would spark, KK kind of a reunion.
well,
And
it should.
now he's pushing, the tour. And one thing I found out looking into this, I guess they tried to do a tour at one point in the '90s when Tim Ripper Owens was with Priest, and he turned it down. What an idiot! What an idiot,
Wow.
dude! You're
Well, and now he's
whatever.
doing nothing. So whatever.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Well, they were definitely
Well, it
excellent.
sounds like both camps want to do the tour. It's just kind of all about timing. They both got their own things going on right now, and it's just
They should though.
you know,
They should get it together because boy,
I
that would
they
be
should
a
make it a
great.
point where they finish whatever commitments they have. If
Yeah.
one of them even has to lay low for a couple months, they got to line it up, man. They got to. That would be a huge tour.
Oh
That
yeah.
man,
And,
that'd be an
and
early '80s metalhead's dream.
it's funny though, because I saw them both on Ozfest tours. Uh, Priest backed up Black Sabbath on one, and Iron Maiden, the legendary tour, backed them up on the other one, and it was great. It was great. The thing I really remember about the Priest tour is KK kept coming out and trying to get the crowd worked up for another encore. They did like 5 encores. It was just by the fourth encore, I'm looking to go get a drink or
Yeah,
something. But
right. Yeah.
nonetheless, it was great.
Yeah,
Jeez,
no,
but
I
yeah,
never
I
seen
saw that.
never seen Maiden. Saw Priest. You and I saw Priest.
Yeah, yeah, I saw them on their Screaming for Vengeance, so front row, and
Nice,
they were at
nice.
their peak, and it was just stunning. It was just crazy. All guns blazing. Wow, watch out. Uh, good for them. Get it together, guys. Get together and get it together. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I hope that the stadium tour with Leopard and Motley was some incentive for them to maybe try a little harder to get this going. So,
Because they'll make a ton of money.
they'll make a
If
ton of
any of
money,
them want
ton of
make a little
money.
money, I imagine KK. I bet you KK could use a little money. 'Cause he
Sure.
ain't done squat since. So, boy, oh boy, whatever. Oh, here we go. Deep Purple. Wow. Boy, Ian Gillan, man, he come out with he put the hammer down, baby. Here, let me see if it works. Yeah, he put the hammer down on any grand reunion. I don't know how this even got
Yeah.
started, this talk, but the headline.
Those things pop up all the time. Some reporter or interviewer will always ask. They always ask.
Ian Gillan quote: "A group reunion with Richie Blackmore would be utterly disrespectful to Deep Purple." Oh, wow. Okay. I don't think you can sing the songs anyway. So that I
Well, I
think it
like
would
what
be
else
it.
he says. He says the atmosphere would be terrible. It would be artificial. It would be for money and nothing else. And
Oh
I
yeah,
got to respect that 1,000,000%, man.
yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
any of them are, hurting to pay the bills. So,
I was
might
in
do
high
it.
I was in high school from 70 to 74, and those were,
Peak
their
years. Oh yeah.
music was everywhere, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
just, yeah, those were glory years. Those, the Machine Head album, even the earlier, the Fireball and all that, all those great albums. Oh, it was all over the place. Woman from Tokyo, all that stuff. But yeah, good for them. Let it lie. Richie
Well,
Blackmore, he's
they
off
had
in
the
some wizard world or
yeah,
something
right,
at this
some
point.
medieval, yeah,
Yeah,
some yeah, yeah,
medieval wizard
yeah.
crap. So
Well, they got back together back in '84 for this one, Perfect Strangers.
that's a
Great
good
album.
album too.
Great,
I've
it is
got it
very
on
good. Yeah,
my iPod. Yes, I
yeah,
have
it
an
is a great
iPod.
album.
I am a geezer, ladies and gentlemen. I do have an
Right.
iPod, and it's on that. Yeah.
But Ian Gillan referring to that and said at that time, even the human chemistry wasn't there, wasn't quite the same. And, so they've already kind of been through it once. So why go through it again if nobody wants to? Other money that you don't need. So
Yeah.
good for them. Good
Respect.
for them. Total
Respect to them.
respect. Total respect.
They gave us so much good music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Smoke in the Water, obviously. Oh, and the driving car.
Man.
Jeez. Well,
Highway
uh,
Star.
Highway Star. That's the best
Man.
driving song ever. Period. End of
Yeah.
story. You youngsters out there, if there are any youngsters out there, yeah, get in your car, put on Highway Star, Deep Purple, and just hit the throttle, baby, and go. Boom. Yeah.
Yep, for sure, man.
But yeah, good for them. They gave us plenty of good stuff, so we're good to go.
And then there's this band that has no absolute problem doing reunion tours.
Here we
There they
go.
go. Good old Mini Kiss.
Okay, there they are. Well, what I've heard is that, as you grow old like us, you lose height, which
Yeah, you start shriveling up a little bit. Yeah.
and there they are. They're shriveling up, man. Kiss. Well, I'll be darned. Oh, Gene Simmons. Yeah. Gene Simmons said, he comes out and says, well, Kiss has decided on a date and venue for final concert. But then, of course, he doesn't say what it is.
Yeah.
Dope. What a big fat dope. Yeah, no, they're never going to give up. You watch. They're going to find a way to keep making money. It's never going to end. It's going to torture us forever, Doc. Yeah.
Yeah, right. They'll just keep saying, we know what it's going to be. Yeah, it's like that guy that has a long-term engagement. Yeah, we'll get married someday. We're engaged. We're getting married someday. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They started the tour pre-COVID.
Right.
And then it took a little break. And this is, I don't know, this just says so much about Kiss. They announced the tour on America's Got Talent.
God, what a bunch of Hollywood douchebags.
I can see Paul Stanley coming out. And I wish I could do a good Paul Stanley impression, but I can see him coming out on America's Got Talent.
I don't think I can. I've never tried it. I've never tried it before. No, I can't get that
He's
high.
got a very unique voice. Yeah.
How you doing? Yeah, I can't get that high. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, man. But, Gene Simmons quote, I know where and when, but I'm not revealing yet, he says. I do know the last day and date, but you don't want to find out what you're getting for Christmas as a present in July, right? Yeah, whatever. At this point, whatever. Gosh, Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, good for you, Gene.
But at least we'll still have Mini Kiss after that.
We'll have Mini Kiss with us. And God bless them. They look great, and it's all cool. Oh,
I'd love to go see a Mini Kiss show, dude. We gotta be on the lookout for that. If they come around, we gotta go. We gotta hang out with them, man. I would love to party with them, man. That'd be all.
People, yeah.
People know I have a fondness for little people, and I'd love to party with them. Man.
Oh, I've got a rant on the Wizard of Oz. I'll have to tell you sometime about that. But anyway, yeah. Oh, speaking of that, but yeah, I'm going to the Brower House this Friday, dude. I'll talk about that. Tell you about that later. Yeah. I got a couple of stools, so we'll talk about that later. Now, here's something that's really, geez, these people. this band called Placebo. Never heard of them. Here we go.
Placebo. Yeah, they're
Actually,
kind of a
I guess it's the two
alternative kind of
dudes.
band. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's two dudes. I don't know if
right.
that's a whatever dude in the middle, but apparently it's only two. But that's the picture I got of them. These
Yeah.
douchebags, really. It's one of these
Well,
people
I
that.
don't know. I kind of like what they're doing. Yeah, they
Oh,
kind of
here
look
we
like
go.
douchebags. I'll give you
Okay,
that.
put up the Dukes. Here we go. Well, they're saying, they're they're talking about people, record, getting their phones out, which apparent, we all know that that's the way it is these days. Things have changed, and you can't get around it. And people are gonna record, and well, you're probably right about that. Even though they look like douchebags, I'm sorry, but that won't end no matter what they say. But they're telling people, they're asking people to put their phones down. But my point is, don't ask them to do a damn thing because I've never heard of you. And if you're going to do a tour in America, maybe you should just shut the hell up and try and get every damn fan you can because you don't want to
Well, no,
piss
they have
anybody
a
off.
following. They've been around for since mid '90s.
Yeah,
They're kind of out of London.
I'm so old.
Well, I know them by name only, and yeah, I just thought this was an interesting story because I haven't heard anybody else asking their fans to not bring
Tool.
and
Tool will
yeah,
kick you
Tool.
out of the venue.
Good.
Tool will. If you've got a phone up, they'll kick your ass out. God.
Good. But I agree, just live in the moment. I've been to a lot of shows and I've seen some really cool stuff, but I lived in the moment and saw it. I didn't get out the phone and I'm not gonna go back and look at it sometime. I'm not gonna go showing it to people. I don't know.
You're right.
I'm just not one
you're
of those
sort of
kind
right
of
about
person.
that. I was at the Alice in Chains concert. We were 10th row, and I mentioned to my son to hey, maybe record some of this, and he bitch slapped me right there. He said, "Hey, live in the moment."
Yeah.
So yeah, even my son was more bright than I was in that respect. But yeah, I guess so. But whatever. Jeez. They say.
I mean, it's fine. Like you go to a show, you see a lot of people like at first when they first come out, and a little souvenir picture, something that's kind of cool, I guess. But to keep trying to record it and trying to get different angles of pictures, and you're more concerned about that than enjoying the show. And
Are they British? Do you know or anything?
Yeah, they're from London. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, they put out a message. Dear Placebo fans, we would like to kindly ask you tonight to spend the concert filming or taking photos with your mobile phones. So yeah, British.
I want to go off on a small tangent here, though. They said they don't want anyone to film or take photos, and I don't know. That's a pet peeve of mine when someone with their phone they're going to film. There's no film involved unless you're a choreographer. You haven't used film in 40 years or tape too. Tape's the same thing. You're recording. Sure. You're recording. There's no tape. There's no film. You're recording. I know it's kind of a generic term and people use it that way, but I need to get that off my chest. But nonetheless,
there you go. Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Hey, there he is, Axel. And this makes sense to me, quite honestly.
Move over, man. The Axel's looking rough, man. I guess. Can you move a little bit? Oh
Look
my
at that.
God.
He looks like somebody's aunt. Who's just had a rough life,
Oh my gosh, he sure does, man.
Yeah,
my name's Axel Rose. I've had a hard life.
Actually, he's had it pretty made. He's the one who's made it hard for himself. But good for him, though. He's paying a tribute to the late Nazareth singer, Dan McCafferty.
Right.
And I can understand it because, the two of them sound,
oh yeah,
pretty. Well, let me see.
Well, I mentioned that last week.
There he is, right there. There's Dan. Yeah. And his growl, I see a lot of it in Axel's singing.
Yeah, I see a lot of Brian Johnson. I thought those two guys kind of, yeah.
A lot of that. So, he, good for him. He says, I haven't addressed this. It's been a tough pill to swallow. Very, very sad to learn of the passing of Dan McCafferty of Nazareth I learned a day or so after, right before a show, was in a bit of a surreal headspace on stage for several songs. I can't doubt on that. Went on a Nazareth binge for a few days. Thanks Dan and all the Nazareth for all the music over the years. Their music and Dan's voice will always have a special place in my heart. Rest in peace, Dan. Yeah, what a great voice.
Yeah,
for
very
a
cool,
rock
man, very
voice.
cool.
Just a rock hard killer rock voice, man. Very cool. So
Yeah, and Axl's for sure a real fan too. He well they covered Hair of the Dog. Guns N' Roses covered Hair of the Dog on a Spaghetti Incident album.
yeah.
But Axl married Don Everly's brother. Don Everly's daughter. I always think Everly brothers. It always triggers Don Everly's daughter, Aaron, and he invited Dan McCafferty. All right.
Yeah, got that one wrong.
So he invited McCafferty to sing at the wedding, to sing "Love Hurts,"
Yeah.
and
Oh, big
which
time.
I don't know. I would think the wife wouldn't probably go for it too much, but at any rate, McCafferty declined the invitation. So
Oh boy. Oh well.
but yeah, it just shows that he was really a fan. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of respect there. Oh
Axl's
boy.
not always a dick. Sometimes he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, at some point he has to be. Speaking of dick. Here's something really funny. Good old, the legend himself. There he is, Bob Dylan. Bob
No.
Dylan. Let me see if I can fit in the hat there. No, not looking too good. Yeah, Bob Dylan. Wow, Bob. Jeez, he seems to be a bitter old man at this point. He recently released a new art of songwriting, a book collection of essays, The Philosophy of Modern Song.
Right.
And I'll just read it as it goes here. And he doesn't always speak flatteringly of some fellow musicians within its pages. Drummer Chris Franz of Talking Heads, in particular,
Sure.
felt taken aback by Dylan's second essay on Elvis Costello's "Pump It Up." Good song, which says Elvis Costello and the Attractions were a better band than any of their contemporaries. Light years better. Apparently, Franz really didn't appreciate Dylan's total disregard of any of their contemporaries, which includes fellow New Wavers Talking Heads. Oh boy, why? No respect from Bob.
Well, that sounds like Franz kind of took a little, got a little on the defensive there. It wasn't speaking directly that Talking Heads sucked. He's just saying,
Everybody else with light years. This band was
Just-
light years better, but
yeah.
he says, "I love Bob Dylan's new book, The Philosophy of Modern Song." Franz wrote on Facebook on November 11th. Here we go. But I have one little bone to pick with the author when he writes, Elvis Costello and the Attractions were a better band than any of your contemporaries, light years better. With all due respect to the Attractions and to drummer Pete Thomas in particular, I'd like to say to something he once said to a buddy of mine. Suck a dick. Told him to suck a dick. So he's not happy with Dylan. Oh well, Dylan's an old.
How do you tell
geezer.
Bob Dylan to suck a dick? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like telling
yeah.
Grandpa, man. Come on.
Well, there he is. There's Grandpa.
know,
Look at the picture.
what do you-
There's Grandpa. Yeah.
Come
Well, that's
on,
good
man.
point.
Some respect.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
guess, like he said, he had a run in where he said that to one of his friends, so he's kind of throwing it
Yeah,
back at him a
yeah,
little
they-
bit or
they're
something.
making
But
more
still,
out of it.
nonetheless, man.
Yeah,
come
they're
on.
making more out of it. Than
I
they
would be
should
flattered if Bob Dylan told me to suck a dick. I would be flattered. I would,
I always think
Bob
of that
Dylan's-
conversation. How when they had the Wilburys, how
the
the
Traveling Wilburys, yeah.
the conversation must have gone between Bob Dylan and like Tom Petty. Hey there, Bob Dylan was your company, huh? Well, there be Tom Petty. Hey, Tom, please shut up, bro. Well, Bob Dylan, I'm sure you would, nobody in the other band would be able to understand any of them, but they'd understand each other for sure because they all speak
They
the
started
same
singing,
language.
though. I understood him, yeah.
Oh, you're damn right there, buddy. Geez. So, Yeah, Bob Dylan not in the best graces of the Talking Heads,
I
but
guess there's a story too where Dylan might have been a bit of a Talking Heads fan. He was in the audience when they played a show in St. Paul, Minnesota. This was back in the '80s, and he invited Talking Heads back to his house. And they got there, and the lady answered the door, and they said, "Yeah, we're Talking Heads. You know, Bob invited us." And oh, he's off to bed. he, just fucking, he just went to bed and left them hanging, man. So,
oh boy. Well,
that's
good,
our Bob. You know,
good for the old coot. Good for the old coot. But here's a weird situation. Oh, Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson. Well, he brought it on himself. He claims that his career is being ruined and that he has been unable to perform or tour and is dealing with anxiety as a result of the allegations about him. What are the allegations? I believe the allegations would be abusing women, right?
yes, yeah. He got called out big time in the Me Too movement, and it's still a lot of things under investigation. Still even criminal. They're not looking at they haven't pressed criminal charges or anything yet, but it's still being looked into. But a lot of civil suits, so obviously a lot of promoters. I know his management's dropped him, his labels dropped him.
Wow.
Hey dude,
Yeah,
brought on yourself, man.
yeah, exactly. So you're gonna play the part of a douchebag, which he does from the looks of it. I've never seen him. I've seen him on tape. I've never seen him live, but no
Yeah.
thanks. I can see why John 5, got the hell out of that situation.
Yeah, he kind of made his splash there a little bit in the '90s, and I mean, he was pretty out there, man. I'm sure he scared the hell out of some people. I know, man. But I remember first time I saw his video for Beautiful People, man. This dude's out there, man. This dude's,
Yeah,
but,
yeah. He got a
that,
niche,
that only carries you for so long. So
Yeah, because they called him the new Alice Cooper, shocker. But no, he just a poser. Alice Cooper's the original.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Oh,
better.
absolutely.
So sorry, pal. Nice try. But here we go. Oh, gosh, look at this. Look at these guys. Where are they? There they are. Guar. Oh, brother. Here we go.
Guar. You
Guar.
have to see a Guar show, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to. Absolutely.
I've seen them. They
You
play Riot
have?
Fest every year. They're at Riot Fest every year.
Oh.
It's like every year they're there. But yeah, it's like seeing it's like Blue Man Group on acid or something, dude. It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
Where were they
It's
in
an
the
experience.
70s? Doggone it.
Right.
Where's my flashback too? Come on. Jeez. But
Nobody can name a Guar song, Guar album, maybe. I can't name I don't know.
Nope.
But going to a Guar show, that's where it's at, man. That's where it's at.
You're right, Joel. We gotta go see one of them for sure. Yeah. But they launched their Jiminy Creepers. So they're oh boy. I'll just read the headline out of Revolver. Guar launched dildo of odorous urungus cuttlefish of Kuthla. Kulu, whatever.
Yeah, it's like one of them old Aztec kind of spellings or something, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, to commemorate the cuttlefish of Cthulhu, the mighty anthropomorphic schlong of their deceased leader, Odorous Urungus, the band have teamed with sex toy company Bad Dragon to launch a real-life functional dildo that's shaped just like the Honorable Crotch Critter. Are you kidding me? That's so horrifying.
That'd be a good name for a band, Honorable Crotch Critters, man.
And it goes on. It goes on. No, this isn't a bit. Guar are literally selling a giant rubber cock with the cuttlefish of Cthulhu's beady little eye on the head of the appendage and two brainy, wrinkly testicles at the base of the unit. It actually comes in 3 different colors. Oh, how about that? And
Collect them all, yeah.
In 4 different sizes. ranging from 7.5 inches to a whopping 15.25 inches in length. What the hell? Jeez, these guys.
Fellas,
I feel for.
if you got a lady that would be into something like that, God bless you, man. But I can't.
No, I can't get.
I can't imagine bringing that one home, man. That's
These
yeah.
poor guys having to wear all this crap when they're playing. But whatever, I guess a bit. If anybody's ever seen Max Sabbath, if you haven't, go online, seen Max Sabbath. They got a guitarist. I think the guitarist is the one who wears the big hamburger on his head.
Yeah,
for the whole show.
Not the hamburger, I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
I don't know, Mayor McCheese or whatever.
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
And for the whole show. And so it just got to blow like hell having to wear all this crap, through the whole damn show. But yeah, they're gonna try and make a few bucks on a little side project. So can't really blame them about that. So geez, wow, whatever, go for it, guys. Because boy, hard to make.
Yeah,
money.
as I say, you go to a Guar show, it's great seeing the show, but I couldn't tell you anything about the band. I don't know. They're just supposed to be from outer space. That's all I know, and I don't know. I don't know any songs. I don't know how many albums they have. I don't know anything, but I know they put on a hell of a show.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see them. They'll. Yeah. There's a few clubs around here that play bands like that. Well, they're bound to show up. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. There he is, Ronnie James.
Oh yeah.
Ronnie James Dio. Oh boy, how great is he? He's got a documentary coming out, something like that.
Yeah, they put out a documentary. They had the big grand premiere here. I don't know, a couple 3 months back. Eddie Trunk was a big part of it, and that executive produced by Wendy Dio.
Of course.
So this is the one. This is the big production for Dio. So apparently, I guess it's done its theatrical run and whatnot. So it's going to be on streaming services and TV. Well, basically, I think just the Showtime and whatever, if they have any Showtime on demand or whatever, that streaming service. But right now, it's just limited to that. So I don't know. I don't have Showtime, but hopefully it'll expand and we can get to see what else is going on there.
Yeah.
Obviously a fascinating character, but yeah.
Interesting. Oh, also before we go on with Ronnie, there's a thing out that Brian May. I don't know. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Back in probably the 80s, me and a friend were in Madison, Wisconsin. And we stopped by for a drink at a club called the Coliseum. The Coliseum. And there wasn't any, it was an off night. There wasn't any band there, but they had a big video screen, huge, humongous, like a theater screen on the stage showing videos. And one of the videos was a video of Brian May. And he was doing a Starfleet project. And this video is so bizarre. And I've never forgotten it. And sure enough, now he's reissuing the Starfleet project because, featuring previously unreleased outtakes, because the other guitarist that was working with him on the project was none other than Eddie Van Halen. And
oh wow.
Yeah, there's a video on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and check out.
Is that the one with Brian May's floating head?
Floating head. Yes. You've heard it. Okay. You've heard me talk about this before. Yes, it has Brian May's floating head. So go to YouTube when the show's over and punch in Starfleet, and I think the Starfleet project will come up. Hit that and hit the first video, and you'll see the Starfleet song with a lot of Brian May's floating head and a great lead by Eddie Van Halen. But he's putting this whole thing together, and it's going to be coming out in 2023. So that should be very cool. All the outtakes and them jamming back and forth. And nice. Brian May says like how, he was just overwhelmed by Eddie's playing, but it was still fun, which is cool because, nobody's going to outplay Eddie Van Halen. Come on. So
but he's no slouch either. Yeah. So
cool. So that's coming out 2023. I thought I'd just sidetrack on that before I forgot about it. Okay, back to Dio. Holy cow! So,
yeah, that's kind of come out to a lot of hoopla. The whole thing goes back to his early days. A lot of people, he started off doing like 50s doo-wop. A lot of people, he put out his first record. I think it was a 45. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the band he was with. Oh, shame on me. But it came out in like 59, man. Dio goes way back, man, way back. And then he was in a band called Elf.
Right.
It was kind of
a friend of mine had that record. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend that had that record too.
The front cover, he's dressed up like an elf with the big ears and stuff. Yeah.
And of course, from there went on to Rainbow when Richie Blackmore started Rainbow, and then replaced Ozzy and Sabbath, and then started his own band Dio. So,
yeah. So, yeah, so good for him. He's when she's gonna squeeze every ounce of money out of his legacy one way or another.
He's been gone for a while now. So
proven that, yeah, she hasn't got enough money out of him though. So it is what it is. Okay. Now, new subject here. Let me get a new background here. Let me get the crazy blood background. There we go. Yeah. So I've got these songs that I've recorded. And I want to get them finished. I got 4 songs, and I'm thinking, I suck at lyrics so bad. Some people. I listen to Kashmir by Zeppelin, and the lyrics are just mind blowing.
Poetry,
to be able to put those words together like that is just, to me, it's just mind blowing. To be able to be a wordsmith like that. So anyway, I'm thinking I got to get some lyrics together for these songs, and I happened to be watching South Park a few nights ago. They had the episode where Ronnie James Dio plays the plays the 8th grade dance.
Right.
And
kids are all bopping around.
The song he does is "Holy Diver," and so I just heard a few lines of it, and I thought, what? Wait a minute. So I checked out the lyrics, and I swear to God, I swear to God, I'll be able to put lyrics this horribly together. If he can do it, I can do it. These lyrics are so horrible. Let's dig a little deeper into Holy Diver. Okay. The first verse. It says, "Holy Diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's become of me?" Okay. Thinking to yourself, okay, there's a righteous cat. He's doing some diving, some nighttime diving, but he's been down too long. So obviously he's running out of air. This is problematic. This is a problem. You got a diver down there, cool dude, righteous. He's running out of air. And then what does he say? Oh, what's become of me? So, holy diver, you've been down too long for did not see. But what about me? It's like, wait a minute, pal. Number one, the proper thing would have been, holy diver, I've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, it's become of me. But no. It's a total fucking mess at that point. Pardon my Latin. And so,
holy diver is just an odd subject matter too.
The first line was good though. Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. That's a great line. But then everything goes south. Oh, what's become of me? Wait a minute, douchebag. It's not about you. It's about the diver that's been down there too long. He's running out of freaking air. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Okay, then everything totally goes to hell from that point. Second line. Ride the tiger. You can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? No, I don't see what you mean. Wait a minute. First of all, okay, so you're leaving the diver drowning because he's run out of air, and suddenly you're going to jump on a tiger, and the only thing you're worried about, you're not worried that he's going to just totally destroy you, grab you by the neck and choke your ass out. No. You're worried about if his stripes are clean. What the freak is that all about? Oh, don't you see what I mean? No, Ronnie, I don't. The funny thing is, this is a popular song. This is a great song. Geez, okay. Verse 2, got shiny diamonds. All right. So somehow the tiger rode him off to where the diamonds are. So now he's got some shiny diamonds like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. The eyes of a cat in the black and blue. What the hell's the black and blue got to do with shit, pal? I don't get it. Something is coming for you. Look out. What? Shiny diamonds or the cat or the tiger or what? You know, the spirit of the dead. The diver's dead by now. He's gone. He's done. You know, he's history. It's over for him. Okay. Here we continue on. Race for the morning. You can hide in the sun till you see the light. Oh, we will pray it's all right. Jesus. You know, I'm sure I can write lyrics this bad, Doc. I'm
You know, that was a period in time where people were trying to kind of be clever with their lyrics and just, yeah, they're just nonsensical, man. I mean, you know, it just, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So that makes, you know, you can hide in the sun till you see the light. Well, if you're in the sun, you're going to see the light. You know, you're going to see the light immediately, not until you. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. Bridge between the velvet lies. There's a truth that's hard as steel. Yeah. The vision never dies. Life's a never-ending wheel. Whatever. Okay, let's get a new verse. Holy diver, you're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid. Well, why would you look afraid if you're a star of the masquerade? If you're in a masquerade party, you got a mask on.
What's what
Nobody's
he's
gonna
saying?
know
No
what
need
you're-
to look so afraid. You're the
Yeah.
star.
Yeah. You're the star, and why the hell would you be afraid? You got a mask on. Nobody gives a shit. Jump on the tiger. You can feel his heart, but you know he's mean. Some light can never be seen. Yeah. Okay, that makes about as much sense as a nail into the skull. I swear to God. Jump on a tiger. What? So the tiger came back to the masquerade ball party, you know, and I hope he doesn't look afraid now that the tiger is back. And he obviously he grabbed his chest and felt his heart, but he's still mean. That's quality lyrical content there. That's their way to heaven shit there. Cripes. Ay. I don't get away.
You know, it's sometimes like we were talking about a while back. We were talking about songs we dislike, and you know, just sometimes they just try to put lyrics together they think sound cool together, and just
Well,
you know.
everybody was probably on acid back then, you know, so of course it's going to sound great because you're freaking on acid. Well, I'm going to try and put some horrible lyrics together without the use of mind altering drugs, Doc. I think I'll start with Speed Freak, my one song. I'm sure I can put some horrible lyrics together like Holy Diver. My gosh, once you read, you know, the problem is, you know, being a musician, I'm a musician. Most musicians, they listen to everything, lyrics and music. I was always just a music guy. I never gave a crap about the lyrics. I always just dug the music. And now that I go back and start listening to some of the lyrics, I'm shocked. It's like, what the hell is this? Hang on, I'm gonna get my blood off of the screen here.
This is all in presentation, man. It's like that song Blues Traveler Hook, you know.
There we go.
You have the right inflection, use the right tone, and you know
it doesn't matter about
the,
lyrics.
It's a hook, man. Yeah.
You got me started on the bad lyric trip with the yes,
yes.
How good people. So you know, it's right. Well, like there's no meaning to it, you know.
No.
Listen to a song from like Led Zeppelin's "Thank You," and it's like one of the best songs ever created. Then you hear Holy Diver. It's like, just what the hell is he talking about? He let a diver drown. He's got some freaking tiger that went to a masquerade with him, and he was afraid, but the tiger was clean, and I don't know.
Yeah, Dio's had a lot of kind of wizardry.
With the swords and shit.
Medieval kind of imagery, kind of,
yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Oh man!
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him not too long before he died.
Get out of here!
When they were doing with the Heaven and Hell with the Sabbath.
No kidding.
Remember they did the
right? Yeah.
It was him and it was not Carmine. Vinny Appice played with him. Right? I can't keep.
Where'd you see them?
That was at the Sears Center up there. It was with Alice Cooper. I took my daughter. They had
Oh,
Alice Cooper open
okay.
for him and Queensryche. It was Queensryche, Alice Cooper, and they couldn't call him Black Sabbath because it wasn't Ozzy. It was with Dio. So
What
they
they
had to call
call?
it. They had to call
Hev-
him Heaven and Hell. Yeah,
How cool!
Heaven and Hell. So
Wow, you
that was a
actually
great show though.
saw him.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good for him and his lyrics. He made a bunch of money off of goofy lyrics, and I'm gonna dig deep and hopefully come up with lyrics just as bad as those are for my first song. And
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, in that case, I think he kind of had his niche, writing
but
that kind of imagery. So as long as you throw out a few keywords, it doesn't have to make sense.
well, I'm gonna remember that when I put these words together, Doc. I'll work on them this week and see what kind of train wreck I can come up with. But another great show, my man.
Oh
Gosh
yeah, man.
Almighty,
I, I,
gonna be
I
a
feel I
warm.
needed that show. I feel therapeutic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Still, I'm
Great.
very upset with my man Bruce Springsteen,
Oh,
but
that is stunning. I gotta say, man. Wow.
yeah,
So we won't be seeing him. Jeez. But in
no,
any case, everybody, we sure appreciate you stopping by. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already on the YouTube, and we're on all the podcast platforms, so you can always check us out on the when you're on the road. So we appreciate you for stopping by, and as always, thanks a lot, Doc, for helping me out on this journey, man.
absolutely, man. Thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks for telling a friend. And until we see you next time, have a great rock and roll filled week.